The Legend of Alabama, Embracing Molly. On a sweltering, silent night, deep in the heart of Alabama, a child vanishes without a trace, moments after a simple hug. What could twist an innocent embrace into a death sentence? The answer isn't in the newspapers. It isn't whispered in the churches. It's lurking in the shadows of a long-forgotten legend. Stay with me until the very end, and you'll discover who or what Molly the Hugger truly is, and why this name still stalks the darkest corners of family memories to this very day. This is the story of Sarah, a child so sweet and so alive, yet so haunted. In 1957, outside Abbeville, Alabama, Sarah was last seen walking down a wooded trail after dark. Her mother, Margaret, a woman so devoted to her family, struggled with anguish and guilt as the night swallowed her whole, the same night that many locals say has eyes and invisible arms. Years later, an old photograph was found in an antique shop. In it, a child with her back to the camera appears to be wrapped in thin arms. You can't see her face. You can't see the face of the person hugging her. 6 years before Sarah disappeared, another child was found in the exact spot. The accounts don't add up. The paths don't match. The pattern? A hug before silence. The old folks whisper in the wooden churches, "If Molly hugs you, don't wait for dawn." This is no mere legend. In Henry County records, we have a clear timeline, but with terrifying gaps. The accounts are consistent. A female presence, a missing child, and a unique signature, the embrace before the disappearance. I have analyzed over 50 unsolved cases in that region. There is a clear signature, the same energy, the same pattern. This is not just a story to scare children. There is a collective memory here, marked by blood and fear. Now, consider this disturbing coincidence. In every photo, every date, every family affected, a single signature emerges as night falls. A name etched in charcoal on the walls of old Alabama homes. Molly. Not a lost child, but a presence so ancient it seems to predate the families themselves. Remember the old photograph? The investigators were unable to verify who the child was, but they were able to enlarge the image. There was no fear in her eyes. There was complicity, and most frighteningly, all the affected families reported exactly the same detail before the disappearance. The sweet, sickly smell of wilted flowers in the air. A smell so intense that it seemed to come from nowhere, and it didn't go away until the child was gone forever. And when they enlarged the old photograph of the missing child, they discovered something that seemed impossible. In her eyes, there was no fear. There was no despair. There was complicity. It was not a child struggling to escape, but a child giving in to an embrace so still and so deadly that it seemed not to belong to a living child. For over 100 years, every trail, every photograph, every missing family seems to lead to the same name, a name etched in the deepest shadows of Alabama. It is not recorded on official lists. It does not appear in censuses or birth records. It is not marked on the polished gravestones of the cemetery, but it endures in the stones worn by centuries, in the gnarled trees that grow along the edges of forgotten trails, and in the yellowed pages of old abandoned churches, a name so old and so feared that no one dares to pronounce it out loud. A name marked by scratches so deep in the bark of trees that it seems to have been carved out of desperation or hatred, a name that did not ask to exist, but that has not been forgotten, not by the living, not by the dead. With each new photograph developed, with each record found beneath the dust and silence, an invisible signature seems to emerge. The same mark, the same name, the same mystery. not registered in the registry offices, not mentioned in the masses, not marked on the tombstones, but present in the unspoken fear and in the whisper of the night. And so, for over a century, all trails have led to the same place. All families have lost loved ones to the same shadow. All photographs have the same blurred face in the background, because we are not dealing with a simple legend. We are not dealing with a forgotten memory. We are dealing with a presence so old and so hungry that it does not wait for the day to take those who dare to walk its path. For over 100 years, all trails have led to the name etched in the shadows of Alabama, a name that could not survive, but survives, a name that could not return, but returns, a name that could not wait, but waits, and does not forget. And so, night after night, while all the lights are out and all the windows are locked, while all the families try to forget and all the stones try to erase, this name breathes in the darkest corners of forgotten trails, in the twisted branches of the oldest trees, in the invisible whispers of the warm Alabama wind. He does not sleep. He does not die. He does not forgive. He does not free. He does not disappear, waiting for the right night, for the right embrace, for the right child. Because in Alabama, for over a century, all trails have led to the name etched in the shadows, a name that could not survive, but does, a name that could not return, but does, a name that could not wait, but does. Because this name does not belong to time. It does not belong to yellowed pages. It does not belong to worn stones or trees marked by deep scratches. And when it is so dark that there is no more light to guide you, when all the houses are asleep and all the doors are closed, when there are no more trails to walk and no more names to forget, this name will not need to be spoken to find you. It will not need to be heard to lead you. It will not need to be seen to embrace you. It will simply be there, so present, so inevitable and so relentless, like an ancient shadow that does not know how to leave. Because in Alabama, for over a century, all trails have led to the name marked in the shadows, a name that could not survive, but survives, a name that could not return, but returns, a name that could not wait, but waits, and never forgets.